But I think if we don't understand the problem, we can never craft a solution. We'll just be, throwing punches in the air. Before February of this year, Iran had not attacked the United States.
And no other country.
And no other country. But now here not you as a person, but here is Iran trying to defend itself how it is not a threat. Years ago, a similar situation prevailed in Afghanistan, if you remember. And earlier on, I even mentioned about the assassination of General Suleiman. At what point will the world say no to imposition and exportation of terror in the name of peace building? When does the world sit down and agree it is the United States, in this particular case, that defines who is a threat and must be eliminated, that defines what parameters of peace are correct for the global world? We continue to see, and again I say, the genocide and the desertification of Palestine. Olive trees that have been old for more than 50, 100 years, a source of livelihood, are being just chopped off so that people can be moved. So I'm trying to enlarge that conversation. I know it is important for Iran to retain its sovereignty and peace and economic power and develop as they should, like any other country in the world. But we have to agree that we have a bigger problem than just the Strait of Hormuz or the Iran crisis now, or even the Lebanon or the Palestine crisis. I think the major, or according to you, what is the bigger problem? Who is this that is generating conflict? Because if we can understand that, then we'll know perhaps how to generate peace.
This is very, a question that everybody nowadays tries to find an answer. Mm-hmm. Because I do believe that the international community and the people around the world, in all countries, they are tired of this kind of, everybody to attack here and under the pretext of the fighting against terrorism, or fanning the fire of wars, especially domestic and internal wars, including in your region, in Africa and many other countries, and Afghanistan and Syria and many other countries.
Correct.
So now everybody feels that it's high time to reach to a point that peace prevail everywhere, and the terrorism to be removed or terminated. At least the pretext to use fight against terrorism for intervening in internal affairs of others. First of all, we need an international cohesiveness among those countries who may in the future to be a subject to this kind of treatment.
Right.
All African countries, they should come up with one voice. All countries in Asia, in Latin America, they should come, and even in Europe, they should come with one voice against suppression, against oppression, apartheid, aggressions, and terrorism. But again, always I try to bring a new definition to terrorism. We have a state terrorism. We have terrorist groups, extremists here and there. But it should be separated from those movements who are fighting for their liberation. That's something absolutely different. This is completely different. Because those who are fighting for liberation, they are fighting for independence, they are fighting for identity, their history, their people, their land. It's different. What's happened in Lebanon, in for example, in Yemen, in other places. But when a regime or a superpower, as you mentioned, the assassination of the General Qasem Soleimani, it's a state terrorism that we should prevent it. And the unity of other countries, all the countries, all awakened consciousness around the world should stand together and to firmly to reject and condemn.
Yep.
And this condemnation is the beginning of a route towards a time that we can reach to a kind of strength to stand and request for peace.